Hey folks, this little chat is about something a lot of people want to know more about. It's not about the Anunnaki, it's about their predecessors. They're called the Drachk. I don't want that to go over like the rock. I'll pick that up in a second. The very first life anyone had in the very beginning of creation was Lily and the energy that's inside this body. And I can't really say it's me. I mean, it was, but then again, I really can't say that because this body is different energy from the planet, from this planet, and then the source energy that's put inside it. But we usually say our past lives and stuff, so I'll just let it go that way. I remember it well. I've gone back there many times. The planet that SNI comes from, Gaira, we'll just call the planet that the first life was on Gaira. And it was 270 times the mass of Jupiter. It was huge. The revolution of the day, I don't know how long it took. But it was one evening, we made the bodies in the later evening, and then there was that night together, and then the next morning we went out and we went to a field to get something to eat, and we were literally trampled and eaten apart, ripped apart by a flock of velociraptors or something similar to that. So that wasn't a very on our time span it would have been 10 hours, but Gaira was a huge planet, so it's a lot longer by our hours. So I went back and I looked at the original mother and father. I said, yeah, not too good with the first life. Let's improve. That was pretty funny. What a mess. Anyway, so that went on a whole lot of times. I went back and I looked at that, and I said, I want truth. And I want to see, I knew something was wrong with what I was seeing. I was seeing human bodies. And I said, I want truth. And I saw truth. And it was a very different body. It was, it was dragon DNA, dragon bodies. Very different over what's around now. It was reptilian in a big way, but very different, very unique. The dragon or Drachk race is the original race. They are the oldest. They don't get involved in much unless they really feel they need to. They're here helping a little bit. They do not give us a hard time. No matter what race or whatever you go to, there's always a couple of them that are in one of there's always a couple of them that have energy in them that's troublesome, whether it's negative or just being stupid, that causes problems. However, as a race, they're incredibly benevolent. They've been helping us for a long time. They do like to kind of keep to themselves except for helping others. When it's wartime, hope they're on your side. Okay? They're incredibly strong, powerful, vicious when they need to be, and it's to get the job done and leave. The first Adam and Eve, I'll say Eve first, Lily, she was Drakana. That's how we would say her name in this tongue. And then the energy that was in the male body was Drachk. There's a legend with the Anunnaki right now, and many others. It's everywhere, but it's held very highly by the Anunnaki, that Drachk was coming back to free them. They know it's going to happen, they just don't know when and how. There's over 38,500 of the Anunnaki on this planet right now, or very similar reptilian beings, and over 22,000 of them are very friendly and also imprisoned. There's a lot of what most people call greys. Their actual name is Harpoian on this planet, and they're imprisoned too. But anyway, the thing is that the Drachk have really picked up some bad press. When we don't know about something, especially when it's quote-unquote reptilian, it's like everybody freak out, you know. I don't have any reptilian DNA in me, do I? Well, you know, I've blown past 50%. When you have something that's aggressive, because see, reptilian DNA is aggressive. When you have something that's aggressive, a body that's aggressive, and you put in a spirit, a soul that's light, high vibration, positive, you have something that kicks butt to do the right thing. When you have something negative in a body like that, then you have a troublemaker. That's all. Okay, now they do have issues with control over. That's the problem. They do have a command structure here. Most everyone knows about the Queen of England and her family over there. Believe it or not, they're not the bad guys. Problematic, yes. But the real negative issue, no. They're locked in a human body. It's the things that actually are reptilian that run the planet. The average is about 8.5 foot tall, over 800 pounds, 780, 800 pounds average. Some of them pretty big. They're in underground bases and stuff all over the planet. Some of them have already died. Their heads, brain blew up inside and blood comes out everywhere. It's time for the abusers to be abused. They will be. When you hear someone say something about the Drachk or the dragons, please take a moment after you hear this and open up your heart, open up your mind, and feel into it. The field that's everywhere, your energy can flow through it everywhere. And I promise you, if you open up your heart and ask for the field to take you somewhere, I know for a fact I'm taking you there. So you just do it. And I don't mean Jay, I'm talking about the energy that's in here, okay? If you ask me personally, I'll do it personally, but you don't have to. Some of you talk to me all the time anyway, and you actually know it's me. They're really cool, they're really old, they're original race, it's the original true Adam and Eve. And they're awesome. They really are. They stick to themselves, they're quiet. When they do get aggressive, like I said, you don't want them to be at you. They settle things quickly. But like I said, they do stay out of things, although they are doing some minor things here to help us. There's a group in particular that I know, led by a young man that is really cool. He's busy right now, or I'd be in his head, but saying hi. But people, you're all going to see this before a few years comes up. You will see that they exist, because you have to see a live or dead body and examine it. Otherwise, can we really believe it? You know? We need our affirmations. I was like that waking up, and then all of a sudden things started moving around the house, and I said, okay, you got my attention. You all need to be the same way too. But things will keep happening. The Drachk are here. They're friendly. They were the original Adam and Eve a very, very, very long time ago. Please remember that there's not many Drachk, but there's more than half the Anunnaki on this planet are prisoners, okay, by their own groups that control this planet, okay? And our government has little factions where they have their own little things going. So everyone's control over. Well, the ones that think they have control are in the process of being shown that they have nothing. They're actually being controlled anyway. That's a long story. Anyway, that's the Drachk. That's the truth about them. They're awesome. If you hear some people talking bad about them, folks, please bring that up. Maybe ask them to watch this video. We're all family, man. And these guys are really cool. They're really serious. And they're ancient. They were the first. Just very strong. Love you, folks. Have a good one.